No talking.
Okay, you're up.
He's got all wide-eyed.
Welcome to episode 390 of the Cigar Hustler podcast, and we're late again this week. My fault.
What happened?
Mom took another tumble yesterday.
Yeah.
She fell down and tore her elbow open. And last night, Connor and his girlfriend, who is a nurse's assistant, I believe is the official title, something like that, they got nervous and took her to the emergency room, and she has also fractured her eye socket.
So that's interesting because you went and checked on your mom.
Yeah, and well, we got a call from one of her neighbors that we had never met before. Apparently, she was out on one of her walks and somehow fell down. She doesn't know how she fell down or where she fell down. She waved at them, and they saw the blood on her elbow, and she had caught herself on the ground and had cut her thumb just a little bit, but apparently went like this or something, get the dirt off her face, and striped herself with blood on the face.
Oh, she did the Simba.
Yeah, so she did the Simba. So
Yeah.
she looked like some type of horror movie thing, I guess. So one of the neighbors turned out she's a semi-retired nurse. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there was no marks on her face.
So
They did a head CT to see if she had hit her head. I mean, there was no distinguishing marks or anything, and that's where they found the fractured eye socket.
But you went and saw your mom.
I went over there and spent several hours with her, and yeah.
And you're like, oh, she's good.
Well, I tell the doctor, our
Yeah.
little thing, and she did the video with her arms flailing, and Chris goes, she's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. He said exactly what this was. There was some fancy medical term for it. He said,
Yeah.
clean it up with Neosporin, keep it clean,
Ablation.
bandage it. I don't think ablation was the word, but that's something you do with fire, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, because, I mean, there was no marks on her face.
Right.
Last year when she fell, she hit her head, and you could see she hit her head.
Right.
So
what should she not do, Boots?
Fall down.
Well, she can't. If you fracture your eye socket, there's nothing they do. They don't put a cast on your face or anything, but they give you antibiotics so you do not get a nasal infection.
Right.
Because if you sneeze or blow your nose hard, you could pop your eyeball out.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, good.
So Connor spent the night there last night.
She won't know how she did it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she woke up this morning, doesn't know how she did it. Oh, yeah, she'll go, why is my eyeball in my hand?
Right.
Right.
I can't see.
She woke up not knowing why her arm hurt or why she had a bandage on.
That's freaking me out.
You know what's so weird about this whole situation is there was a TV show. I was watching The Resident last night,
Yeah.
and this happened to one of the patients that was in there.
New.
Yeah, that's so weird.
I'm very good friends with two of her neighbors. One of them, like I said, is a semi-retired nurse from St. Louis, no less, where my wife is from. So she's going to go over and check on Mom this morning. Connor's girlfriend's going to be over there by 2:30, and Connor will go back over there after 5 o'clock.
Got it. Okay, well, I hope she has a speedy recovery.
Well, she's going to assisted living now.
I think that's probably...
Yes. We're in the process of replacing the roof on her house. As soon as that's done, she's out.
Yeah.
Assisted living as in assisted by you or into a facility?
No, probably a facility. We have offered my house. My brother's offered his house. She can live near either one of us. She gets to choose, but probably going to be some type of facility.
Right.
And those places are getting a lot better too, activities, and they got a lot of things to do. A lot
There's
of
some
people
nice
to make
ones
friends
around
with.
here.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
I mean, either way, she's a danger to herself at this point.
Right, at this point, yeah. I mean, thank goodness she doesn't cook. She only microwaves, or she could have burned the house down.
Yeah.
Is there a stove still in the house?
Yeah, but it's never been turned on.
It's
She
unplugged.
didn't use it before. She uses her oven has a type of air fryer thing on it, or whatever that's
Right.
called. Mm-hmm. So she uses the oven. She uses the microwave. The dishwasher still has the original packing material in it.
Oh, wow.
And she's lived in the house 22, 23 years.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they never used the dishwasher. It was just her and Dad. So,
Right.
what, 2 dishes? Take them a week and a half to fill the dishwasher.
Yeah, I'm walking out of my house. There's 75 cups on the counter. I mean, and that
Drives me crazy.
and that was from
yesterday?
That was Monday night into
Right.
Tuesday morning.
Right.
I had to clear all that off.
I got to take my wife's coffee cup and put it in the dishwasher every morning.
Yeah, it's such a frustrating thing, isn't it?
You're a great husband.
It's, 2 extra seconds to open and put in? It's next to the sink.
Yeah.
Drives me crazy.
Bro, I do the same thing. I can't. Why do people leave a sink full or even anything in it.
Because they don't want to do it.
Yeah, the kids always go, well, it's soaking.
Yeah, that's
What, the cup you had milk in is soaking? What the
Yeah.
fuck you soaking that for?
Right. It's so aggravating.
that's a bunch of BS.
Right.
Yeah, I can't do it.
My wife has trained me. I do my best.
Yeah.
Clear the sink. No water remnant.
I can't go to bed with stuff in the sink. It just...
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can't-
wait. You wipe it out.
No, the outside. Like, you know how...
Oh, okay.
You know, it
Splash.
yeah, you can't have
Oh, yeah, I
any-
can't use the spray gun at my house because it makes water around it.
You got to wipe it down.
I don't know. I always miss something.
Welcome to Cigar Hustlers Podcast
All
Anxiety
All right.
Edition.
Okay. Well,
Husband complaining hour.
let's talk about what our topics are for today, and then
Well, wait. This Thursday, you and I will be on the Rocky Mountain Cigar Show.
we will be on the Rocky
What
Mountain.
time does that start? I don't know.
I
I have very little information.
I think
9 sounds...
I think it's like 8 o'clock or something.
8 o'clock their time?
Our time.
Oh, 8 o'clock our time. So it's 7 o'clock their time.
Listen, I don't know. I don't fact check.
Rocky
this.
Mountain time.
Rocky Mountain time.
You want me? What day is that? It's Thursday.
Thursday is what you told
You
me.
want me to deal with Thursday's problems on a Tuesday? Okay, I got to deal with my Tuesday problems
Well, I just like to know what time I need to be home. If you know.
sometime before 11
I mean,
o'clock.
unlike you, I don't have a patio. I have to set up outside if I
Well,
want to smoke.
Okay. Well, I will help you understand what the time is on
Is
Wednesday.
it
for
is it
Thursday.
live or taped?
I don't know. Stop asking me.
You don't have much information.
Here's what happens. Hey, can you do the podcast? Yes. Okay.
Can we get Palmer too? Yes.
Yep. No problem.
No problem. Thank you. Talk to you on Thursday.
You got it. And well, he just sent me some nice posters we can put up.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So we got that going for us.
You sure as him? Because Shia sent you some posters too. Did you get confused? Maybe not
No.
look at them?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Good deal.
All right. What else you got?
All right. Top news stories today.
Okay.
In Boulder, Colorado, 8 people were burned during a pro-Israel walk.
Okay.
Orlando's planning on flying cars by 2028.
Yes.
Reds shortstop Eli De La Cruz homered Sunday just a day after losing his sister.
Yes.
Mark Maron is ending WTF. It's a podcast after 16 years.
Oh. Okay. I get it.
You get it? I figured we could. Yeah.
understand.
They started for years. Well, we'll get into that in the
Yeah.
show. And then cigar news this week. CAO Amazon Basin Dagger is coming in June of 2025.
Oh, another one.
Well, it had super rare by canoe only tobacco.
Oh, very rare.
Very rare. So rare. Okay, anyway. Connecticut's update on online cigar sales. Are they legal or not?
Uh-oh.
And let's see. Hooten Young's Platten, Connecticut just shipped.
Yeah.
Are these too short? Last week they were too
No,
long.
that's perfect.
All right. Gurkha's raising prices on tariff-related items.
Any half wheel reviews that we get to do?
And then the new favorite segment, What's the Score today? We have the Lido Gomez Emeraude, Emeraude.
Marauder?
Emeraude, some French word, I'm sure. From Charlie Minato did that one. And then we also have one from Brooks, the Davidoff Escuro 10th anniversary.
Oh,
A double.
fantastic. But before we get into it, we have officially launched our chpod.com,
I've seen some people already got them.
and we have some people wearing our shirts.
Yes, it's very nice.
Yes. Shout out. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Francis Stiletto off the rip. Order number 1 for CH Pod's first ever t-shirt.
There will never be another number one like that.
So thank you so much for your support. Thank you everybody else who support us. If you want to have the first BDP shirt, go to chpod.com and we'll set you up. And there's more. We got more tricks coming, man. We got more things.
There's more things
already in the pipeline, and we're very excited about them. So stay tuned for more.
They get more limited as we go.
They get limited and limited. Yeah.
Limited.
Oh,
got-
well, like a countdown, like 49 shirts next time.
Boots, you're gonna love the one that I already made, but
yeah,
it's
there we go.
it's a very small amount. It's a very small amount.
Very limited.
Perfect.
And then what are we doing for the Patreon, sir?
Today we're smoking the LFD 30th anniversary.
How's that look?
Back. There you go. Delicious.
Today on episode 390 of The Secret Show.
I'm looking forward to this one. I smoked it at the show 2 years ago when it originally
when they took orders.
when it allegedly came out.
Ah, excellent. I did
And,
not. Apparently Boots has had it before too.
Yeah, I believe it. Boots was working that show.
Oh yeah, that was the one.
Yeah,
oh, that's
she
true.
was out scavenger hunting significantly.
Out trick or
They
treating.
don't give me samples.
Oh wow.
They beat me.
If you give me samples, I'll get you an order.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Okay, so hey, let's get going. Let's.
All right, multiple people were burned in an apparent anti-Semitic attack on Boulder's Pearl Street Mall. A number of people were attacked and burned on the Pearl Street Mall in Boulder on Sunday afternoon. Law enforcement say a man threw incendiary devices at people participating in a walk and vigil for Israel, hostages being held by Hamas.
Wow.
Boulder police took a man identified as Mohammed Sabri Solaman, 45, into custody at the scene. Investigators say he yelled, "Free Palestine," before attacking the walkers. The FBI said 8 people, 4 women and 4 men between the ages of 52 and 88 were injured, 2 serious enough to be flown to the burn unit at UC Health University at Colorado Hospital in Aurora. The first calls, the 911 came just after 1:30 p.m. Sunday afternoon with a report of an attack near the Boulder courthouse. The group ran for their lives, finishing a peaceful walk to bring attention to the hostages. The initial callers indicated that there was a man with a weapon and that people were being set on fire, said Police Chief Stephen Redfern at a press conference.
My God.
When we arrived, we encountered multiple victims that were injured, with injuries consistent with burns and other injuries. Police said the attacker had a makeshift flamethrower and other incendiary devices. An 11-block portion of downtown from Broadway to 16th Street and Pine to Walnut will remain blocked off into tomorrow as officers investigate. Officials are warning people not to fly drones or personal aircraft over the area while it is closed.
Was the guy apprehended or was he killed? Or?
Yes, that was mentioned earlier in the story.
It was?
Yes.
Sorry,
I saw
missed that.
a video footage, and it looked like he had something that had a flame on it in one hand, and then some type of spray bottle that sprayed the whatever the liquid was he was doing.
Right.
So it was sort of a, like a.
Oh, like a Lysol can or something?
Well, no, it was something bigger than that, with a
Right.
big clear tank on it full of liquid. But the same idea, hold up the torch and squeeze the other thing and make your own fire flamethrower thing.
Why didn't they just shoot the guy?
I don't know. I wondered it too. Before I saw the picture, I thought, well, maybe the thing was too big. They were afraid if they shot him, maybe he would have exploded and the stuff would have went everywhere.
Right.
But it looked like 2 handheld devices he had.
Like a napalm type.
What do you think about it, Boots? Do you think that, give me your thoughts.
I think it's kind of weird that a guy named Mohammed did an attack on this type of area.
On Israelis?
Yeah.
Well, he was probably a Hamas
There's
supporter.
no Israeli named Mohammed.
But you don't know how that the whole thing works?
Well, I know that the war thing.
Palestine.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay.
But I'm saying
I don't think Muhammad is a strict
It's not a big
Palestine
It's not a
name.
big Israeli name.
no.
Or Israeli name, whatever it is.
No.
I'd like to see this guy. Do you have a picture of him?
There was a picture of him online. He was shirtless.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
picture
should
I
have
saw.
definitely been taken out quickly.
Oh, here we go. He also saw a shirtless man holding squirt bottles and yelling, "We watched as the police arrived a couple of minutes later, and this guy, the shirtless guy, went down on the ground and was handcuffed and taken away then." Oh, apparently he surrendered.
What state did you think this happened? What did it
This
happen
was
in?
in Boulder, Colorado.
Colorado.
In Colorado. You think if it happened in Florida, the guy would have survived?
Oh, he would have died instantly.
In Lakeland, they'd have shot him.
He'd have been gone, right?
Yeah,
Polk County, whoop,
instantly.
he's gone.
Like, I don't understand how you attack a group of people in any type of a peaceful protest.
Well, he was for the group they were protesting against.
Right.
Well, it was peaceful and then became unpeaceful.
Yeah, because he interjected.
Right.
That's what
Sure.
I'm saying. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely they didn't deem it terrorist attack.
They're considering it a terrorist attack, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So
So does that mean the punishment?
Well, I'm surprised they didn't take him out then if it was a terrorist attack.
yeah, why don't
Well,
they
he
just shoot the
surrendered as soon as the police showed up.
Well,
And?
that doesn't matter.
Well,
He's
it's
got
not-
a gun.
It's not Florida. They don't just shoot people everywhere.
guy?
That's
Stop
just
resisting. Stop resisting.
Here. Stop resisting.
Hey, we don't shoot people everywhere here. That's not nice.
Allegedly.
Yeah, you can't say that.
Why did you shoot him 86 times? We ran out of bullets.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, but look,
You could read the newspaper.
this
through it.
guy, I mean, come on. To put an attack on people that are just peacefully protesting, set people on fire?
Well, it's very bad, yes.
I don't understand. Why are we waiting around for this guy to
First of all-
settle in where he's no longer harming people?
First of all, that's one of my biggest fears of all time.
Being set on fire?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like drowning.
why would you tell us that?
I'm just saying.
Now we're going to chase you with lighters.
You guys aren't afraid of being burnt? Like being set on fire?
I can't say that I think about
I don't
that.
worry about it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I'm
You
sure,
can't even let the coffee cup sit in the kitchen sink. You're not
I'm
afraid
sure,
to be
I'm sure it's very terrible, and I hear it's extremely painful, and you suffocate before you die.
Right.
So.
He's not worried about the coffee cup jumping out of the sink and killing him.
Right. I mean, it's no different than, are you worried about drowning?
Of course. You don't worry about drowning?
Why do you think he never got on a boat in the Navy?
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah.
right. The Navy guy is scared of the water. I forgot.
I can tread water for a little bit, but I can't tread it forever. So yes, I am worried about drowning.
So you're scared of being burned alive? That's
So
your
he
biggest
avoids
fear?
pools.
First of all,
and
you guys
hot
already
rooms.
know I don't like death.
Yeah.
And I don't want to die.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Well, very few
everything
people.
where you die.
Very few
would
people
make
are
me
looking
nervous.
forward to it.
So what's the number one way that you don't want to die?
Oh, suffocating. I mean, like being buried under the ground.
Suffocation?
Okay, that would be
Yeah.
terrible. The buried
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm slightly claustrophobic too. So
You know what I think we should do?
that would be.
We should go out back and dig a big hole.
Absolutely not.
And
Push
then
him into it?
and we should just put like a boot sign on it.
This will be the last day that Boots ever does the podcast. I'll see you guys later.
Just leave it there. Like, no, I don't know how that got there. It's so weird.
And now we have a redhead sitting in. The Ginger, congratulations, you've been promoted.
Ginger's been upgraded. By the way, Ginger, thanks so much for the 50,000 comment on the cruise people, on the amount of people on a cruise.
Yeah, apparently that number is way large.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, once we got home, he was like, I was wrong. He Googled it.
yeah, thanks so much. Since we just took your word for that, we've been berated
Chastised.
on
We're
every
idiots. Yeah,
on
we're
every
idiots.
single platform
Text
possible.
messages, everything.
Are you crazy? 50,000 people?
You think 50,000 people be on a boat? I'm like, I don't know.
How big you think these boats are?
I just, you know what? The problem is that I just trust everybody when somebody makes a statement.
He sounded like he knew.
Yeah, and he's a cruise guy.
Super
Right.
convincing.
We should ask him something today too, and he'll just eroge.
Yeah.
Just give us the wrong answer.
See how convincing it is?
Yeah.
Right. So, Ginger, when you burn, how fast do you die?
How fast does it take you to die when you're being burned, Ginger? Depends on how hot
There
it
you
is.
go.
He should have came out with a number, man.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Depends on how hot
Sure,
the
of
fire
course,
is.
yeah.
Sure.
You never see no guns on campus in Colorado. That's why
They
you
were
can't.
They were downtown.
Oh. Yeah, you can't smoke cigars. You can't do anything.
No, you can smoke cigars.
Apparently, you can
Not
light
in
people on
public.
fire.
You can't smoke them in public.
Do you think you can bury somebody alive in Colorado?
Yeah, it's definitely an outdoorsy type
Yeah.
state. You know?
Outdoorsy murder.
So you're saying you won't be visiting Colorado anytime soon?
I went and I hated it. It was a horrible place.
Yeah, too many ditches.
No, it was just too many rules about cigars.
Oh,
Holter said the incident did not seem to have sparked a large panic. People were not afraid. A crowd of people on the mall watched the arrest from a distance. Hey, look over there. That dude set people on fire.
that's insane, man.
Well, of course it was from a distance. They didn't want to get burned.
So nobody died though. Just people were really badly hurt.
2 people were airlifted by plane, I guess, or helicopter. But that's, they didn't, I don't think.
I haven't seen any.
Yeah,
I don't even want to
nobody-
see it.
Nobody died.
That's
There
insane.
you go. Well, maybe that's why he had no shirt on, because in
Oh.
practice they splattered and caught his shirt on fire.
He'd rather singe his flesh a little bit.
It was a terrorist
Well, it's
attack.
less, less flammable your flesh than a, cotton or polyester T-shirt.
How many people do you think are going to comment on the fact that he said Mohammed people are in it? Is
Probably a
commenting?
lot.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Now he's
I
anti-Semitic
mean,
too.
yeah. Well, there are plenty of Mohammeds, I'm sure, in Israel.
I'm
but
sure.
it's just not.
They're not all in Israel.
What was the guy's names on the planes and stuff?
Oh my God.
Hey, you got to move your microphone down just a little bit, Palmer. It's kind of bugging
Yeah.
me. I'm not
Is it
gonna
too
lie.
high?
Yeah, it's like right in front of your whole face.
Yeah, you got to move it down.
There, perfect.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Next story.
All right. Orlando sets its sights on flying cars by 2028 with airport vertiport plans. The city, known for theme parks and tourism, is now aiming to become a pioneer in futuristic transportation. Orlando is planning to accommodate flying cars, officially known as electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, or EVTOLs.
Evotals?
EVTOLS. EVTOLs?
EV tolls, probably. Yeah.
There's not 2 E's. There's just one.
EV.
Say it again.
Like
EV.
V, like the letter V.
EVTOLS. It's a little E and a little S, but VTOL is in capital S.
Evtol.
I don't know. by building a dedicated
French.
vertiport at Orlando International Airport by 2028. According to multiple news sources, the vertiport would function much like a terminal for these next-generation aircraft, providing space for takeoffs, landings, and passenger boarding. Unlike traditional planes, eVTOLs don't need long runways. Instead, they lift off vertically like helicopters, making them ideal for urban and regional travel where space is limited. Orlando's plans are part of a growing global interest in advanced air mobility, a field that promises to revolutionize how people move between cities and eventually within them. The idea is to make fast, clean, and efficient air travel more accessible to the public. By 2028, city officials hope to have infrastructure in place to support flying taxis connecting Orlando to other major Florida cities such as Tampa and Miami. These short-range flights could slash travel times from hours to just minutes, all while reducing the burden on Florida's already congested highways.
Would you fly in eVTOL?
In a heartbeat.
You would?
I'd fly. I'd come pick me up right now.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm not afraid of air flight.
Okay, what about you, Boots?
Absolutely not. Do you
Yeah,
see the
it's
ones that are
something else.
crashing now?
Something else he's afraid of.
Do you see the ones that are, they can't even, the FAA and everybody can't even control the ones now.
Yeah.
So just imagine, sorry, nothing about the elderly, Palmer, but
Oh, I'm the elderly.
could you imagine an 80-year-old flying one of these things?
I don't think that.
I don't think they're going to make him in charge of it. You don't get to fly it yourself. You'll be. It's like a taxi.
You don't think? Yeah, it'd probably be automated at some point.
Okay, could you imagine Mohammed driving one of these things?
No.
No,
Couldn't
because-
imagine. I don't think Mohammed would get clearance.
Just imagine if he, went by a peaceful thing, and all of a sudden crashes
Imagine
the
the probably
flying thing
automated.
right into it.
What's that?
Automated probably makes more sense.
Yeah, I think so too.
Then they're all going to catch on fire like the ones are now.
Less weight. That way they hold more people.
He's very doomy over here.
Yeah,
It is.
today's a hard day.
It is very doomy today. They don't have to build the highway. It's in the air.
They've been
Yeah.
talking about flying cars for 20, 30
Well,
years now.
Now there's somebody who has not sponsored but invested.
Where do you think the first route is? Where do you think? Well, like, hey, we build the pad at MCO.
Right.
Where do you think the first location is that they can have travel
Downtown.
to?
No, if we're
Downtown.
talking about Florida, they're going to put it somewhere where nobody goes. That's how they do their stuff here.
You think it's going to go where nobody
Yeah.
goes?
Nah, downtown.
They're going to put it like on the backside of Claremont. Yeah.
Disney.
That's where I think it goes.
Yeah.
I think it goes right to the mouse.
Well, then they can get Disney money.
Right. Hey, now you no longer have to take a bus. Once you land, you just get on the.
I guess it depends how big it is, because if it only holds, let's say, 2 to 4 people, is that really going to be efficient for Disney? Because now they run those giant buses.
I think that they're going. They have a.
Would it be
A
cost
niche.
effective to fly 4 people at a time?
Well, do you think if you don't want to deal with people,
Right.
and you have your family, and this is your vacation for you've saved up for years or whatever, and you're coming, especially if you're coming in from out of the country, you land at MCO and then you jump on one of these things and you're there in
Minutes.
5 minutes.
What's the average size of Ginger? What's the average size of a family nowadays? How many people?
20.
Our new source of information. 4?
4?
So for like your family's 5, you guys couldn't take it.
Yeah. I would say that these things have got to hold at least 6 to 8 people.
So then they have to be bigger.
Yeah.
Pictures I saw, it looks like 4.
Yeah.
So you'd have to take multiple.
Yeah. Put the kids in the other one.
Oh, so they have tons of these just flying around.
I would never do that. I would never put my kids in a separate one.
No, your wife goes with Teddy, and you and the boys go in the other one.
Something like that. Yeah.
Right.
Well, you got to put a boy in each.
Oh yeah. Why is that?
Okay,
Survival.
Doomsday, so just, yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
That way,
just
all the men in the family don't go down at one time.
Your
You can
Your
still,
name,
you know.
because Greg's not having kids, so I mean,
Name's got to carry on.
yeah,
How many boys do you have?
one.
So him and his son can't fly.
My wife
together
wants to
either.
have another one, so we're going to try all the little tricks of the trade.
But you don't know if it's going to be a boy or not.
We can do.
Oh, of course we
Well,
don't.
that's what we said. They're going to try all the tricks. We need to do a whole episode on ways to ensure you have a male.
Oh
baby.
yeah. Nice.
Orlando is positioning itself as a test bed for innovative transportation technologies. The city already has a strong aviation presence and a booming tourism industry, making it an ideal location to experiment with futuristic travel options.
There it is.
In 2020, the Lake Nona community in southwest Orlando announced plans for what was then billed as the nation's first vertiport, although the timeline and developers have shifted Since then, the enthusiasm for flying cars in Central Florida has only grown. City leaders believe the investment could pay off big by attracting tech companies, creating jobs, and strengthening Orlando's identity as a city of the future.
I would love just to fly from my house to work. That would be awesome.
They make those small,
Gyrocopters?
gyrocopters
Yeah.
or an ultralight. Well, I guess ultralight, you need like a runway, so they couldn't do that. But you can do the copter.
I would love that.
The one you pedal.
Tell Greg,
Just
swipe
get
the
in.
card.
Zoom.
Swipe the card, get you one.
Yeah. Swipe the card.
You got a street. Well, takeoff wouldn't be a problem. You can use the street out in front of your house.
I'd land on top of my house.
Yeah, it's a flat roof.
Oh, I was thinking the ultralight.
And I'd land on top of this roof.
I don't know. That doesn't seem
It's
advisable.
scary.
That doesn't even make sure I'm down here when you land on the roof.
Palmer, I'm landing.
I'll be downstairs.
Yeah, you got to use a ladder.
Yeah, you have to use a ladder.
Well, I meant holding the weight. That's what I was more concerned with. The actual age of the building and the construction.
Right. Okay.
These aircraft are fully electric, quieter than helicopters, and designed to carry a handful of passengers on short-distance flights. Regulatory approvals and safety standards are still being finalized, but progress is accelerating. The Federal Aviation Administration has already begun working on guidelines for vertiports and eVTOL operations.
Yeah, that was my biggest question, too, is
Well,
how are you
there's
going to
going
fly in the air?
there's going to be tons of regulation and ways you have to do it, and certain licensings that you have to have.
Right.
Okay. All right, next story.
Well, I'm trying to get there. There's only supposed to be a 3-minute read.
Oh, boy.
Orlando, it seems, is ready for takeoff. Oh, there you go. Now it's done.
Lovely.
There we go. Reds Eli De La Cruz homers after learning of his sister's death.
Yes.
Turning to the world of sports, Cincinnati Red star Eli De La Cruz played with a heavy heart Sunday after learning of the death of his older sister, but manager Terry Francona said the 23-year-old shortstop was insisted on being in the lineup. De La Cruz hit a 2-run homer and scored 2 runs in Cincinnati's 7-3 loss to the Chicago Cubs. Oh, so they lost anyway.
But he hit a homer.
He hit a homer for the dead sister, yes. De La Cruz insisted he wanted to play in the finale of the weekend series, and the team was going to support him. After his towering home run, the 50th of his career, De La Cruz patted his chest as he took his final steps towards the plate, pointed to the sky, and clapped. After stepping on the plate, he made a heart shape with his hands. We care so much about playing a game and winning, Francona said, but in a hurry, you're reminded of what's really important. So I think everybody kind of kept their head on a swivel with him today, just trying to take care of him. Family members confirmed to Z101 Digital in the Dominican Republic that De La Cruz's sister died Saturday after dealing with health problems for some time. De La Cruz declined to speak with reporters Sunday. The Reds also declined to offer any more details, citing De La Cruz's wishes. He takes so much pride in being available. Francona said, guys like Carlos Santana in Cleveland was very similar, and for a kid that's young, that is an admirable trait.
Words.
Yeah, words are difficult. Words are difficult.
Okay, so he knew his sister was ill.
Yeah.
Yes, it wasn't sudden.
It's not like it's...
After a long bout of something, because they're not saying what it was.
Do you know what it was, Boots?
No, it wasn't disclosed.
No.
Yeah, they're not saying.
Ginger, what was it?
Ginger, what did she die of?
He's checking into it right
Just
now.
pick something, Ginger.
Oh, my goodness.
COVID related.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's a catch-all now.
It is. That's what everybody dies of now.
COVID related?
COVID related.
Insurance money.
Huh. Okay.
He's still
So,
looking.
are you surprised that he played?
No, you hear this kind of stuff all the time with these higher level athletes.
Yeah. What about you, Boots?
No, it's for the love of the game, man. I mean, so still got to play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that the guy played. It's not like it was a sudden accident or something, you know,
Right.
like some major. Listen, losing someone you love is always terrible.
Sure, terrible thing.
However, it's a little different when you know that they've been ill for a
Yeah,
long
that he's
time,
coming.
and you're expecting it.
Sure.
You know, so I guess I think in that type of scenario, I would kind of continue on.
Right.
You know.
Do you think the other team's pitcher soft pitched him so he could hit the home run?
No, it was like a 94, 95 mile per hour.
I'm not giving them. If I'm on the field, You know what's funny is
I mean,
saw,
they lost anyway. They were down 7-3.
Yeah, they still crushed them.
They were down 7-3, so maybe it went, I'm just going to lob one over there.
There'll be no mercy. I did see a clip recently where Brett Favre ran into
Underhanded, just. Oh.
He ran into the guy that Strahan took his sack record from.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that? And he was like, "You ruined my life." Because the last play that Brett wanted for Michael Strahan to get the sacks, like for the entire, and Ginger can fact check me on this, for the season, he just kind of rolled and just kind of fell flat and let Strahan sack him in order to take that new record. So the other guy was so pissed.
Oh, he was pissed at the quarterback.
Yeah, the other guy really earned it, whereas they just kind of gave it to Strahan at the end.
Yeah, the other guy, that's all he had.
Yeah, so if Brett Favre was pitching, maybe. But I don't think
just
that's
softball pitched underhanded.
Yeah, I was going to give this one. Just, like a little softball thing.
There you go, boop.
Yeah.
I'm going to get real close and use 2 hands.
Right? Go take a knee, lift it.
Nobody chased the ball.
It's fine. It's fine.
Just let it go. In the park home run. It's amazing. Yay. Dead sister. Sorry.
Wow.
Now let's kill him. 7-3.
Right. Now let's rack up those runs.
Okay.
All right. Mark Marone's WTF podcast ending in fall. We're burnt out. This was a show that started when there were no podcasts.
Oh.
And now there's nothing but podcast. Said Marone when announcing the news on his Monday show. We are utterly satisfied with the work we've done. Marone announced the news on his Monday show, saying, "It's nice to be able to end things on our own terms. We started the show on our terms, we grew it on our terms, and we'll end it on our terms." A lot about the terms.
How else would it end?
Why would you end it?
He was burnt out. It said that in the beginning.
Yeah, but, do you think that he would have continued forward with it if it was more lucrative?
Well, they're making money.
They were?
Yeah, they had sponsors making money. They've been doing it for 16 years. In the beginning, they're like us. They didn't make any money in the beginning.
Oh, what year did they start making money?
It was, apparently 15.
We're
halfway there.
I got news for you.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not in the beginning.
He started selling shirts, apparently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was how they
selling
started.
shirts?
Started selling shirts.
And it was a big hit?
It was a big hit.
He started offering his own
WTF shirts.
WTF merchandise?
Yes.
I love it.
Nice.
Right.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Right. We're going the right way.
Yes.
Marone and his producer partner, Brendan McDonald, made the decision together, he said, explaining that the pair behind the two-team groundbreaking podcast are simply burnt out. WTF will turn 16 years old on September 1st. 16 years is a long time. It's a long time to do anything, he said, to open his show, which welcomed on guest John Mulaney. All of a sudden, you're old and you realize you've been doing something for a long time. This started in an old garage.
Yeah.
Very, very similar to...
How many times has he been married?
Married?
Yeah.
I don't know. Ginger, you want to look that up? I have no idea. I don't know why
Sounds
that's
like
important.
15 years is a long time, so
Oh, no one knew what
move on.
no one knew what a podcast was. I was coming out of a horrendous divorce. Oh, apparently they were married at least once.
There it is.
I was wanting to figure out how to continue living my life. Things were not looking good for me. He continued, when Brendan and I started this thing, all we knew was that we were going to do it every Monday and Thursday. We don't do it often enough. That's the problem. And then there was no way to make money. There was no way that we knew how to build an audience or anything. We were doing it in the garage in the beginning. That was just a garage filled with junk. And it slowly evolved into the show that became what you listen to twice a week. 16 years we've been doing this, and we've decided that we had a great run, and now basically it's time, folks. It's time. WTF is coming to an end, and it is our decision. But he's moving on, but he's doing other shows now.
Oh.
So that's the weird part. So he started doing this show, but now he's going to start doing a new show with somebody else.
And he did it with somebody else, that show.
This show, it was it was him and the producer.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe he just got tired of the guy.
The producer?
Yeah.
Maybe 16 years, long time.
I mean, you tried to do that. You got tired of me.
I didn't get tired of you.
Yeah, Chet Palmer show.
Well, I was doing other shows.
Yeah, and then there was a sports talk for Boots.
Yeah.
It's because,
And look at you both. You're still here. Couldn't escape.
right, because we're dedicated,
You couldn't
motivated.
You couldn't escape me.
Couldn't what you?
You couldn't escape me.
Oh, well, to be fair, Chet quit too. So I was left by myself.
Chet couldn't hang.
No. Thankfully, we both realized together that we were done. Marone62 continued in the announcement. There was no convincing or pushback or arguing. We're done. It's done, and it's okay. It's okay for things to end. That was a show that started when there were no podcasts, and now he's big on the fact that he
Did
was
you
the
just
only
read all
podcast.
that?
No, he's just big on the fact that he started podcasting when there were no.
So what do you think? What do you think? If a guy's going to continue to do podcasts, what makes you think? Why would he stop that podcast? Do you think that he was just tired of it?
No, I think the producer probably had to stop, and that guy doesn't know how to produce, so
he just got fed up. So you
that
think
show's got to end.
So the producer quits. Was like, okay, we're done.
Yeah, because let's be real. When Palmer passes away, this show's probably gonna go
From either drowning, burning, or buried alive.
Yeah.
You think if Palmer goes, the show's done?
I mean, I can't do all the stuff he does.
Oh, well, that's 100% accurate.
Hey, most weeks I can't do all the stuff I do. So,
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess we could do it on Facebook Live
We could
with our
figure. I'm
phones.
sure we would figure it out. Hopefully, he doesn't go away anytime soon because I have to redo a lot of other things, not only just this podcast.
Right, yeah. Palmer, I won't sit in that chair. I'll choose another one because that would be the death chair for me. So I won't sit in that
The
one.
death chair.
Well, the problem is I rearrange it. It's one of these 4 every week. It's different.
I'll just have to bring my own then.
Yeah, it could be any death chair.
So apparently the WTF show, which I'm not familiar with, was an interview show.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
So they interviewed celebrities, politicians. I mean, it's not like it was a good show. 55 million listeners, 2,000 episodes.
How long has Joe Rogan been on?
I don't know exactly, but I would probably guess probably somewhere around that.
Our IT guy's looking it up right now, behind you.
Is he? I'm looking up
I
too.
don't
No, he's doing his taxes.
2009.
Oh, this guy started in 2009.
Yeah, so same amount of time there.
I mean, if I started the same time as Joe Rogan and I was based on solely on interviews,
Right?
and Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
I mean, I know who Joe Rogan
Joe
is.
Rogan holds
But
clout.
you don't know who this guy is. Well, Joe Rogan was famous, to be fair, before he did it.
Not really.
Fear
Sure he
Factor.
was. He did that show where they made him eat the bugs and stuff.
Fear Factor.
Fear Factor. No, he made other people eat the bugs.
He did UFC.
He did UFC stuff. So, I mean, he was a name before he started doing it. Stand-up comedian. Wasn't he an actor, too?
I don't think he's a good comedian.
I don't think he's a good comedian.
He's not a
either.
great comedian.
I haven't really liked his
No,
stuff.
I think that's just something he threw in. I talk to people. Why not just say funny stuff?
He's amazing with his interviews, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think the comedic part is his biggest.
No, I don't
strength.
think he's that funny either.
We went.
Oh, did you? You saw his whole act? I've seen clips, and they're sort of hit or miss.
The Kill Tony guy crushed it. He opened for him. I was like, man, that guy is hilarious. But yeah, the JRE. So I mean, if I had come out around the same time, regardless of what my background was, I mean, one guy is retarded rich now,
Right.
And he's a household name.
Sure.
I have no idea who this guy is.
Oh.
The WTF.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I've never heard of this show before.
He's obviously the creator of podcasts, is what he said.
Right, he invented podcasts.
Right.
They were the first.
Maybe not.
I wonder who distributed it. I guess a website? It's not like, Podbean or Apple Podcasts had to be around back then.
Apple was probably around at that time.
Well, Apple, but maybe not the Apple Podcast branch.
You don't think so?
Well, he said he was the first one. So, I mean, they just had this one show?
When did
Real
Apple-
Player, back then was Real Player. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, I remember Real Player.
Yeah.
Apple launched their podcast in 2005.
So then he wasn't the first one. It's erroneous information.
He's lying. He just wanted out. He just fucking wanted
just
out.
done.
Yeah, he's lying.
Yeah. He was done doing. He was done with this format.
I just think he was just done with his partner.
Yeah.
Could've
Yeah, just couldn't stand him anymore.
He's trying to come up with a heartthrob
after
story.
16 years. Yeah. Well, he's got a bad track record. He's divorced probably after 14 years.
Right,
Right.
makes sense.
2 extras.
Okay.
All right, Boots trending news.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Who you on?
Palmer?
Why is he always on me?
Yeah, go. I was last week.
Okay. Oh, great. Still no ink, huh?
Still no ink.
What printer are you using?
Well, same one everybody uses upstairs.
How come there's no issue with anything else but yours?
Everything's light.
Oh my God, that looks transparent.
He held it up with the light behind it.
We have plenty of toner. I don't. Somebody change the toner.
All right. Hello, peoples. Conservative Karol Nawrocki wins Poland's presidential election. Wow, what a story this is. Poland's electoral commission has declared victory for conservative candidate Karol Nawrocki in the second round of the country's tightly contested presidential election. Question: how many rounds does it take to elect a Polish president?
How many?
2. Securing 50.89% of the vote, Nawrocki defeated the liberal pro-European Union candidate Rafael Trzaskowski by just over a percentage point. Nawrocki campaigned on a promise to defend traditional Polish values and reduce the number of Polish people it takes to screw in a light bulb by half. That's efficient. His opponent, Trzaskowski, who is the mayor of Warsaw, had vowed to push ahead with Prime Minister Donald Tusk's plans to reinstate judicial independence and liberalize abortion laws. But with major veto powers, Nawrocki is expected to block Tusk's government in pursuit of more nationalist agenda. Much like the predecessor and outgoing president, Andrzej Duda, who in Associated Story was confused by Polish man, number 1. Knock, knock, Polish man. Number
Go ahead.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
What do you call a Polish fisherman?
I don't know. What do you call a Polish fisherman?
A fishing pole.
But Poland's got one of the lowest crime rates in Europe.
Well, that's because they're sitting at the bar trying to figure out each other's name all the time.
And that's because they don't let anybody in.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
But they let them out.
Yeah.
If you want to leave, you can leave.
Okay.
All right. Now you want to talk about your social media topic for the day, Michael?
Ooh, sure, I do.
Oh.
All right, go ahead.
So,
This just in.
so I don't know the details of the full story here. But
perfect.
it would appear
That's exactly how we like it.
yeah, that's how we make stuff up.
Speculative news.
Yeah, and then we get everybody angry at us.
Right.
It would appear that Steve Saka went ahead and made this merch
Yes.
for events or whatever,
Right.
and they were Steve Saka dolls.
Were they wood dolls or
no.
like stuffed dolls?
They were plush dolls.
Okay.
What do
I
you
don't
mean
know.
plush? You mean with cotton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stuffed.
And apparently they had arrived.
Yes.
And he thought they were absolutely atrocious. So
But they look good. in the
So he
photo.
did an event with Abe where they did a smoke-in live of the burning of these Saka dolls.
Oh, he burned them.
Yeah. So he did some social media clips as he was doing it. Who in their right mind would make a stuffed animal of themselves in order to sell for merchandise? This is my first question, Steve.
I don't
Did
know. I'd
you
love
ever
to have
have-
a BDP stuff.
Would you make a stuffed animal of
Oh,
yourself?
sure I would.
You'd make a plushie?
Yeah.
That's
I
creepy.
prefer an action figure.
Okay. No.
Yeah, like a Superman
No.
dog.
No. We didn't go action.
No, I said I would prefer, but I would still make.
You would make a plushie of you.
Sure. See, the thing is, though, he had to have approved it at some point, so he
Right.
knew what it was going to look like.
It was totally greenlit.
You're right.
Yeah.
So what? When 75,000 of them showed up, he's like, "Oh, this was a mistake."
I gotta see a picture of this. I haven't
This
seen
is
a picture.
terrible. I love them. I need one. I need to get one.
Well, from what I understand, there are 3 left in existence.
I think that there's more. I would believe that there's more.
You don't think? Because it didn't look like there was a large number of them. I mean, he didn't
Yeah.
get 75,000 of them. It looked like 50.
I don't think Steve just said, all right, I'm going to send you 3 and then I'm going to torch the rest.
We need to start getting plush dolls of all the people in the industry.
Oh, yeah?
they
Start
can-
making them?
Yeah, they can sit around Palmer because he's got a little bit of gappage on the left and the right there.
Yeah.
Sit right around him. That way we can have Cigar Hustlers podcast and friends.
Oh, a Saturday morning TV show.
Right.
There you go. You and your stuffies.
They could be puppets.
We gotta
You
have
could sit
all.
behind me and work the puppets.
Now, don't you
That
think...
would be way better, by the way.
That would be way better.
Okay, so let's say, hypothetically, you produced, I don't know, 500 stuffies
Okay.
of you.
Now we're going
Okay.
stuff.
Seems a little excessive, but okay.
All right. They
more
arrived.
25,
They
right?
arrived, and you absolutely despised them.
Right. They would have to be pretty bad for me to despise them.
Would you be okay with torching the...
He had to have
The-
money invested
the-
in them. I mean,
I'm not even talking about the money.
well, but I'm cheap. We've established that earlier. I mean, if I've got If I've got 500 of them at $1 a piece, let's just say, that's $500.
Right.
I'm still doing something with them. I don't care how bad they are. I don't care if,
Okay.
I don't care if they bleed.
Okay, but let's say that you decided that you didn't want them to see the light of day
Okay.
for whatever reason.
Right.
Like, man, these are hideous, but they are still a resemblance of you.
Right.
Would you set them on fire?
No, if I didn't want anybody to know about them.
It's a great marketing ploy to set them on fire. It's brilliant. I mean, I'm talking about it. I think it's hilarious.
Right.
But it's still you. It's still in the likeness of you. Are you okay with setting the likeness of you on fire?
Yeah.
You'd be okay with that.
Way. Sure.
Have you ever heard of a voodoo doll?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's exactly
But this
where I
is
was
not. But then it
thinking.
has to be blessed or whatever it is by a voodoo priestess, and they have to have the gree or whatever put all over it.
The gree-gree?
Is that what happens?
That's what they call it. The gree. That's the evil magic. The gree.
Well, how do you know one of them didn't get blessed?
Because I have all 500 of them here on my
They
purpose.
came in. They were built somewhere.
But did it go through New Orleans where all the voodoo people
Maybe
are?
there's someone.
Definitely went through a third world country.
So maybe somebody.
Well, because they were. Why did they go through a third world country? I had them made in
They're not
China.
a dollar being made in USA.
I had them made in China or Japan.
Well, they got to be made in a third world country, shipped to
Japan.
China, put made in China on it, and then China ships
Made
it
in
to
China on
us.
the bottom of my foot.
I think that they were definitely made in China. I think that they were held up. That's what.
Could be.
It just reminds me of the Temple of Doom. Do you remember
Yeah.
Kalima
Yeah.
He didn't have. Oh, because he had the voodoo doll
Yeah.
of India.
Yeah.
of Indy? Yeah.
Right.
That wasn't New Orleans.
No, that was in India though.
Yeah,
Did these go through India?
maybe.
Did I have them made in India?
Maybe they're tracked.
Okay, so now when we make the dolls of me, they don't go through any voodoo country.
I just don't know if I would be able to burn them if I didn't like them.
If we had dolls of you,
Yeah,
little muscle dolls,
yeah, and you made a bunch of them, and I'm like, those are
like the Stretch Armstrong or He-Man looking doll,
those are hideous. Those can't see the light of day.
right?
I don't know if I'd let you burn them.
How would you be okay disposing of them so that nobody ever saw them?
I'd probably just have to put them in storage and keep
Just
them
stick
forever
them somewhere and pay forever
until I died, and then somebody
the
would
children
have
find them.
to, yeah. These
Oh,
are a bunch
Lord.
of.
They go, this is weird. Look at all these dad dolls we have.
What would you do, Boots? If you
Well,
absolutely.
he's not going to burn them. He's not going to drown them. He's not going to
Yeah.
bury them.
All right. Well, let me ask him.
I just said, well, he's not.
All right. Thanks. So you have the stuffies, and you don't want them to see the light of day. What would you do?
I'd probably just sell them to be done with it.
You should have said, "I'm not going to burn them."
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to do that stuff.
You would bite the bullet and just sell them,
Yeah, that's what they were meant for.
and you'd be okay. But I'm just saying, you're not okay with them getting out in the wild. You
No,
know?
I mean, we've seen the bronze statues of Dwayne Wade and, all the issues that have happened with these
Yeah.
things. And they still embrace it.
So you would just embrace it no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter how.
Look at this horrible looking doll of myself.
Yeah.
Buy it now for $19.99.
Okay.
Got a point. The fact that he hates it might make it sell more.
Yeah.
Get this limited edition Boots doll that I can't stand.
I mean, it's definitely a rare commodity at this point. I
Right.
would like one of these
Right.
for whatever reason.
Just to have.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know how you set them on fire. That's insanity.
They didn't look like they had little clothes on. They looked like they're all one color.
Maybe he did it to make them more rare.
No, I don't. I think that he had this come to Jesus moment where he's like, "What am I doing? I can't."
Yeah, what am I going to do with these now?
I don't know how you green light stuffies. I know that you said that you'd be okay with it. Would you be okay with making your own stuffies, Boots?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I think it's a little crazy, but you know,
The next step from a T-shirt with my likeness on it.
that's just hilarious. It's just
Well, yeah, but the doll would look like the guy on the T-shirt I'm picturing.
You have a doll made of you.
the bobblehead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in my house.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
You want to know why it's at my house? Because it's hideous, and I don't know what to do with it,
Oh, but he won't throw it away.
and I won't throw it away.
Throw it away.
He won't burn it.
To be fair,
And I'm naked.
Yeah,
and I'm
to
wearing
be-
a towel.
to
Yeah,
be
we weren't-
fair,
we weren't aware
me
of that
and
when
Paul
it was
did not
ordered.
know about that
So-
part.
so-
Yeah, that is not shown in the order form.
So that's a little to make it even creepier.
the little
If anybody
tiny,
would like to buy it for $400,
the little tiny king wiener was not
It's not
featured as one of the options.
It's not for sale, and it's not anatomically correct.
Maybe.
No, not true. And he's too skinny.
Well, that was when you were starting.
It's a bobble head, not a bobble body.
Right, yeah. No,
We only got to design the head.
Did you guys collaborate on that? Or did
You don't remember me taking all the pictures?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, so
Nobody ever questions me around here. I took
he took
I need
pictures of all
I need
you
a
guys.
left-right
you got
profile.
a problem with the fact that nobody ever questions you?
Sometimes it so amazes me that I need a left, right, and full face photo, and then they go, okay.
Yeah, I told Palmer, I was like, man, how are we going to get these photos? And the next day he came back, he goes, here, I got all the photos. I'm like, how'd you get all that? He's like, oh, I just took the pictures. They didn't ask me. I'm
I
like,
just figured you were creating something.
Right, exactly. That's what I mean.
I mean, how much stuff do you create every week?
Right. No, I understand why you didn't, but sometimes some of the things I do, I'm like, I don't know why people don't ask questions.
here, stand over here, get naked, and hold
Yeah,
this
it's-
doll.
Right. And they went, okay.
It's not like you asked me to take my pants off or something.
You know what? That might not be a no.
There would at least be hesitation.
Are you sure right now?
Yeah,
right now.
It
Like, okay.
Yeah. Does it have to be now?
And-
Right now. I got to do it now.
In front of all these people?
Even Greg, he was like, he didn't not. When I got
Yeah.
done, he didn't go, what was that for? He just went back to work.
Yeah, well, we got stuff to do.
Yeah.
We don't have time for your fucking nonsense.
For your shenanigans? Who knows
Yeah.
what he's doing?
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to hopefully obtaining a Sokka doll.
Oh, so if you get your hands on the soccer doll, we would like to have one.
Steve, send me a doll,
Or
please.
Because apparently everybody listens to the show, so you can ask everyone.
I think if Abe sends one, I'll have to send him something in return, boxes of something.
But just go get it. It's
We'll
got to
just
be,
make a
it's gotta
plushie
be at
doll
the
of you.
shop.
Huh?
We'll make a plushie doll of you. We'll do a
I'm
trade.
Okay.
A plushie doll of Greg.
I don't want a plushie doll of me.
How about Greg?
Who's going to buy that?
Well, it's not a
Yeah.
buying thing. It's a trading thing.
Nobody even knows who Greg is.
Nobody knows who Greg is.
That's
we
the
could,
best
we could
part
use
of
the soccer one and say that's Greg.
This is Greg.
This
just
is
put
Greg.
a hat on it.
Put a hat slightly askew. There you go. He's
There you
fine.
go.
All right, turning to cigar news. The
Ba-bum-bum.
very rare, super exclusive Amazon Basin tobacco is being made into a second type of cigar. It's
Again?
They haven't. Well, there's so much now.
Another rare one?
They have more canoes.
Another more canoes.
General Cigar has announced the release of a CAO Amazon Basin Dagger. The Amazon Basin Dagger is a limited edition that brings the brand's popular Amazon Basin blend into a compact 4x38 format. The Amazon Basin Daggers are set to hit stores in June of 2025. The filler for the Dagger blend, similar to the original Amazon Basin, features the rare and low-yield Brazilian, I can't pronounce that word, Braganca.
Branenka?
Braganca.
Braganca?
Braganca. Braganca. This unique tobacco is grown organically in pristine remote areas of the Amazon rainforest. Is harvested only once every 3 years.
Oh.
After the harvest, the tobacco leaves are carefully rolled into tubes referred to as carrots. These carrots are then subject to high-pressure fermentation before
Carrots
being...
or carrots? What is it?
I'm going with either or.
Okay.
High
So you're
pressure
just mixing it up to cover both bases?
Yes, I am, exactly.
Okay.
Transported by canoe from the depths of the rainforest. So the super rare limited tobacco that
One every 3 years. Yep.
once every 3 years, we can only make these cigars.
Yep.
Except now we can also make these cigars.
Now we have some more.
The canoe people were doing such a good job, but we have extra.
You know what it is I think that they've been using those evotals, those those
Oh, the flying cars things.
to get it out of the Amazon.
How did they take off all the trees on the way?
Oh,
listen.
they're like Incas.
They created an
They cut-
Amazon
Oh, you know,
Amazonian.
it's being deforested.
Yeah, they
the Amazon.
deforested a helipad. They did, and they gave it a charging station.
Oh, and a charging
Yeah.
station. Oh. The filler of the CAO Amazon Basin contains Colombian and Dominican tobacco. Additionally, the cigar incorporates an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper and Nicaraguan binder. Well, there's not a whole lot of that super rare tobacco in this, it seems.
Yeah. Well, they got to keep it limited. You know what I mean?
It's just a little sprinkle dinkle.
Like, boop.
Yeah, just boop, boop, boop. A little sprinkle. Get the shaker out. We got to come over here. There we go.
Too much.
Production comes from FCG Esteli in Nicaragua. Dagger comes packed in 5-pack paper bundles. Each 5-pack is priced at... Anybody want to guess? The super rare.
Super rare, but it's a CAO.
It's a 4x38. You said
Seeing as it's a little, it is 4 by something. I don't remember.
it's
what
a
it was.
little cigar.
It's a little cigar.
I'm gonna say $8.
Well, it's a
$20.
It's a 5-pack.
It's a 5-pack.
Sold in a 5-pack.
So $40.
Boots.
$20.
$24.99 for this.
$25.
$25 is super rare tobacco.
So it's $5 a cigar.
Yes.
I knew it was a
Super rare. Super rare. The big one's only like $10.
Yeah.
Wow.
This could be a bad name for the cigar.
It's apparently very cheap to bring it up by canoe.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cost effective.
Well, they don't charge any money to do the canoeing.
It's like one goat.
Is a goat only $10?
Yeah, it's a goat for all the tobacco.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a deal. Mm-hmm. A counter display is also available to retailers. Oh.
A goat you can milk.
I wonder if the counter display looks like a goat.
2 goats.
You know what? It should look like a canoe if they were smart.
It's going to look like a dagger.
The
Yeah.
retail display?
the name is Dagger.
Yeah. Knives and backpacks, baby. Let's go.
No, that's Gurkha. Different company.
Oh.
Online cigar sales in Connecticut to remain legal.
Oh.
A bill that could have outlined online sales of cigars to consumers in Connecticut has once again been modified, this time removing the language that would have banned those cigar shipments. Assuming the bill does not get modified again, non-face-to-face sales of cigars will remain legal in Connecticut. The HB 7275 is a bill that aims to introduce new restrictions for the shipments of e-cigarettes and vaping products to consumers in Connecticut. They've taken the cigar part out. However, various alliterations of the bill have also contained language that would have made it illegal for retailers to ship cigars to consumers in Connecticut. This included versions that outright banned the shipments, as well as other versions that would have allowed for the shipments of premium cigars. So as long as cigars were handmade, didn't contain added flavoring, and had a wholesale price of at least $30, which would have banned the shipment of most cigars. Now all the language is gone.
How do you think? How would they regulate that? Shipments going into Connecticut.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that was what they did. Maybe that's why they took it out.
You mean like by the mail? Is what
Yeah.
you're saying? I don't know. Yeah, it's
I mean, it would have been like shipping cigars to a foreign country. There's ways to do it.
Well, importation and into another country, you have to disclaim what's in the packaging.
Right. Maybe that was part of the plan, too. And
gonna-
they went, how do you do that? You know how many packages come in there? This is Connecticut.
we can't even stop all the cocaine.
Right.
There's a lot of cocaine in Connecticut.
There's a lot of cocaine that goes by mail.
Into Connecticut.
I'm sure.
Both start with C's.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is a C state.
It's an interesting take.
Yeah.
All right, we'll stop shipments of cocaine to Connecticut.
It's a big thing.
It's a big industry.
It's a big industry there.
Yeah,
in
I
Connecticut.
think this is like one of those laws that somebody was like pissed off about cigars or something.
Right.
And they were like, you know what, we're going to make this law. And everybody didn't raise their hand. You know,
But
just the one guy did.
Just the one guy who wrote it.
Yeah.
All in favor? Come on, guys.
Well, you would hope that you would see more deregulation of just tobacco use in general. Unfortunately, with the e-cig stuff, it's continuing to ramp up.
I think it just got lumped in
Yeah,
when they were writing.
I'm just not okay with the regulation of the e-cigs either.
I mean, I'm seeing cigars are being more accepted than any other tobacco. I mean, like, okay, let's say, for instance, in Volusia County,
Okay.
right, on the beaches, the only thing you're allowed to smoke on the beach is a cigar.
Yeah.
You can't smoke cigarettes. You can't smoke weed. You can't smoke vapes. None of that stuff.
Well, the problem with all that stuff is the residue. Like the cigarettes, the little filters and stuff.
But even
Yeah.
like the vapes.
Well, vapes, people are leaving those on the beach. The battery's dead. Nah, chuck it.
I always bury. I mean,
With a cigar,
I know this is bad, but I always bury the end of my cigar into
You
the
always
sand.
bury your vape?
No.
no, the cigar.
I
I
don't
bury
vape.
I bury my cigars at the beach.
Why don't you just break them apart? They're leaves.
Well, it's gonna break apart anyways if I just bury it in the.
It's all you gotta do is just rip it open. What's left?
Oh, okay. Well,
Well, I usually make a little ashtray in the sand anyway.
Oh yeah, look at you.
Bloop. And
yeah,
then
I
just cover it
always-
up when I'm done.
Yeah, I dig my heel.
That way the ash doesn't blow around either.
Hey, you know, it'd be even better is if you just broke them apart.
Well, when it's hot, how do I do that?
It smolders. It doesn't take a long time for it to smolder out.
Can I take all my cigar
playing-
butts and make another cigar?
There are people that take cigar butts and put them in pipes.
That sounds disgusting, but you can do whatever you want. I mean,
You could take Michael's cigar butts and smoke them if you wanted to.
you can put them all together and shove
wanna
them up
take-
your butt if you wanted
I don't
to.
want to do any of that.
That's not like a complete.
Because yeah,
I don't want
There you
none
go.
of that.
Did he just say he has a couple over there? He's getting started.
yeah, yeah. It's like a tobacco butt chugging is what you're about to do.
Oh, it's that new age.
It's that new age stuff.
New age.
It's perfectly legal at this point.
All right, Hooten Young ships to Paladin, Connecticut.
Are they sending cocaine to Colorado or Connecticut?
Oh,
Possibly.
they're sending Paladin, Connecticut. It's a Connecticut cigar.
Oh.
Not to Connecticut.
Oh.
So it's coming from Connecticut.
Well, no, it's probably rolled down in South America somewhere. Hooten Young has shipped a new addition to its Paladin series, which the company calls a tribute to the brave men and women of the U.S. and armed forces. The Paladin Connecticut is a 6x52 Toro made with an Ecuadorian Connecticut. See, it's Ecuadorian Connecticut.
Oh.
Seed wrapper covering a Nicaraguan binder and filler. The blend was developed with the assistance of Cordoba Morales and is being made at the Tabacalera CM factory in Nicaragua.
So
Each cigar is MSRP of anybody?
$16.
it's Hooten Young.
Hooten Young.
Probably $20.
Cordoba Morales cigar.
16.
$10.
10.
It's packaged in 4 packs, priced at
Wow.
$40 each. The
Cigar prices are trending in the other direction.
It sounds like you're starting to hear
things are coming down.
some pullback.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think.
The cigar honors those who led the calm, determination, and strength, said Norm Hooten, founder and president of Hooten Young, in a press release. Through our ongoing collaboration with Cordoba and Morales, we've developed a cigar worthy of the Paladin name, subtle, smooth, with body, and debuts in our lineup thanks to the overwhelming response and ongoing requests from both retail partners and loyal consumers. This is the second regular production release in Hooten Young's Paladin series, following the original Paladin that debuted in 2022. Cigar is a 6x52 Toro packaged in a 20-count box supporting a camouflage design that is made with Ecuadorian Habano Claro wrapper covering Nicaraguan tobacco in the binder and filler.
The box has a camouflage design or the cigar?
The box.
Okay.
So once you put it down, you can't find it.
Oh, God.
In an email, John Carney told Cigar Store Podcast that the 4-count bundles of Paladin Connecticut began shipping to retailers on May 27th, and the 20-count boxes are scheduled to launch in late June. Carney leads Bentley's Tobacco USA, which has a service agreement to manage Hooten Young's premium cigar operation.
I'm interested to try this one for $10.
Yeah,
I think Cordoba Morales makes some good stuff.
they do
Yeah.
make good stuff. They make the BDP.
They
Excellent
do.
cigar.
They do.
Probably one of their better ones.
It's probably the best one.
Well, it's nice of you to say,
Yeah.
but I'm not that pretentious.
Oh, are you sure?
But the new stuffed animal,
would
the
make- you
new
would
stuffed animal style BDP dolls will come with BDP
You're
cigar.
not that pretentious. However, you will have plushies.
I will make my own stuffed animal.
Okay.
Gurkha announces a price increase due to tariffs.
Trending in the other direction.
Ooh, let's
now.
see what the percentage is.
Now, there's a reason this is a standout story.
They came back with the knives.
Gurkha has announced that it is raising the cost of some of its cigars due to the recently implemented tariffs on foreign-made goods. However, the company isn't saying how much, they're not disclosing which lines, and they're not saying how much the increase is going to be.
So we're raising prices,
Yes.
and we
Ask
don't.
me how much.
How much?
We're not saying.
It depends on the retailer.
Ask me which cigars.
Which cigars?
We're not saying.
Wouldn't you want to know?
Ask me when it starts.
When does it start?
We're not saying.
Sometime soon.
The only thing that the company has confirmed is that the increase will go into effect, they are saying, on Monday, June 2nd. So the increase went into effect yesterday. Did you get any information from
No.
that? No.
This is what I love about the cigar industry. The complete disorganization of all of it.
Well, the company made the announcement via a press release that was sent to media when asked for specifics about the increase. A representative said the company is not discussing anything further.
We don't know.
We're doing an increase. We're not telling you.
We know that it's more.
Right. It started yesterday.
What do you want from us?
Why are you being so hostile?
Why are you being so, why are you being so pushy?
Well, we got to factor in the knife cost. You know what I mean?
Right.
10% increase on the
All that
knives.
comes from China.
Yeah.
Those, probably more than 10. Those don't come from Nicaragua. I don't know what the Chinese one is now. 13, I think.
I don't know.
Backpacks are probably from India.
We worked out a deal with India.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. But it might have voodoo stuff on it. And
Could be
Kali Ma.
Shatide.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that you knew that. Kali Ma. Look at you.
You said it earlier.
Did I?
Yeah. Plus, I do know that from the movie. I like the movie.
Okay.
All right, now it's time for everybody's favorite.
Oh man, we just burned right through that one. You
Yeah.
wanted to get to this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what else are we going to say? There's no information. It's just what they're doing.
Prices are going up, maybe.
Prices
Kinda-
no, they're going up for sure
Yeah.
yesterday. They went up yesterday.
Right. For what? We don't know.
We don't know. On what? We have no idea.
Okay.
Oh,
How
this
much?
is
We don't
Jim. Oh, prices went up $5 each cigar.
No, we're not saying.
Oh.
Okay.
So when you place your order, who knows what the invoice will say?
Okay. So again, you have half wheel reviews.
Yes, this is. I have 2 halfway reviews this week.
And we have no idea what the reviews are on.
Correct, as long as you didn't look.
I have not looked.
Okay.
I get my
he
news
doesn't know
from-
how to find half wheels. So
You're
it's
my
fine.
news source. That's it.
Okay.
And we are going to guess what the rating is as soon as you say the.
I'm going to give you information about the cigar,
A description.
a description. I'm going to give you a couple of clues,
Right.
and then there will be places we stop where you guys guess the score.
But I'm going to start with once after you give the title, the name of it, and who the author is from.
Yes,
from
yes.
Halfway.
You'll give a flat answer then. Then
Right.
as you get these clues, you can change your score.
Okay.
And then I will give you the final thoughts on the cigar and the actual score.
All right. So we've done 2 of these before.
Yes.
One I was dead on.
Yes.
And the second one I was off by 1.
Off by 1.
Okay.
He was wrong on both.
All right. Yeah, he's like 3.
All right, this is the Charlie Monato's review.
Okay. All right. Monato's tough.
All right, cigar reviewed is the Lido Gomez Emerald.
Okay. Ooh. Lido Gomez. So it's LFD. It's Dominican.
Yes.
I'm going to say that this thing hits a 90 flat.
All right, Boots?
88.
88
look at him.
and
He's
a
going-
90.
Okay.
All right, country of origin, Dominican Republic. Factory, Tabla Calera, LFD.
Right.
Wrappers, Dominican Republic. Binder, Dominican Republic. Filler, Dominican Republic.
Okay. You're
It's
giving
a
me.
6-inch by 54.
Okay. It's a little big.
You want the MSRP? Does that affect the score at all?
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
All right, $25.99.
Ooh, it's up there.
A cigar.
Okay.
Release date was December of 2024.
Okay.
And he always smokes 3 cigars. Apparently that's Charlie's
At the
thing.
same time.
All right. Anybody want to change anything? Now you know what's in it?
Nah, I like 88.
$25 cigar. Is it a box press?
Doesn't say.
It doesn't
No,
say.
it's 6 by 54.
It's just a
so-
standard 6x54.
Right.
Like
that would have
Toro
been
Bordeaux.
in the size, the Vitola.
And it's what's the wrapper?
It's all Dominican.
It just says Dominican.
Dominican.
Doesn't
all
say
Dominican.
it doesn't say anything else.
Nothing specific.
All right, I'm gonna stick with 90 and keep moving.
All right. You sticking with 88 over there, Boots?
Yep, sticking at 88.
All right. Here's the first hint. Upon cutting, the first and third cigar's caps unravel, while the second cigar's cap waits to come off until I stick it in my mouth.
87.
Needless to say, it's a problem with these 3 cigars. Wait till the end of the clue,
Okay.
please.
Okay.
That's the first clue.
Okay.
Changing?
I'm not, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I moved down to 88.
88. Boots, you were at 88.
I'm going to 87.
87. He's playing the prices
He,
right.
he doesn't want to be.
All right. Clue number 2. Better yet, the flavors are great. There are many different types of woodiness, sweet, savory, and even a bit juicy, with some meatiness, waffle cone sweetness, and sharpness.
Okay.
That's clue number 2.
And we know who wrote this?
Charlie. All right. So where you at?
He's at 87.
I'm
You're
going to
at
go to
88.
88.
No, he's going back up to 88.
Yeah. He said it's juicy.
All right. I'm gonna go 89.
So you went up 1.
Yeah.
All right, third and final clue. My largest frustration in the first third is that the flaky ash of the first and second cigars makes a huge mess. The third cigar has a much better ash and enjoyable flavor, though I have to use my lips to push the unraveling wrapper up to get good puffs.
This is such a weird description, just by the way.
I know. I like
Lips
I like
and
picking
juiciness.
the. I like picking the glue.
He's struggling on the burn. He's struggling
Struggling on the
draw.
burn.
So it's short filler.
Not necessarily.
No?
It's possible, but when it's flaky like that. Yeah.
Okay. Just to summarize, he's got construction problems.
Yep.
He likes the flavor, and the ash is falling off all over the place. And one of them he has to hold together in his mouth as he smokes it.
But it's
Okay.
juicy.
But it tastes really
Yes, that
good.
was the flavor. He enjoys the flavors.
And it's expensive.
I
Yes,
think I'm
and-
a stick.
Stick with 87?
Yeah.
Michael?
I'm going to hang tight at 89.
89. All right, final thoughts. Sometimes it's tough to figure out there's anything to say at the end of a review, but this time it's tough to figure out what to focus on. My overall enjoyment of the cigar was most hampered by the across-the-board unraveling of the caps, a major annoyance. However, the score was most impacted by the massive amount of sharpness in the second halves of the first 2 cigars. Admittedly, both Patrick and I were somewhat surprised by how high the score was. Most of the first half of these cigars were like past Lido Gomez cigars. I smoked very good. It became a mixed bag after that, but I suppose even a problematic version of a good blend is slightly better than average. Final score?
Boots?
87.
I'm sticking 89.
87.
87!
I won one.
Yep, one for Booty.
He learned. He reviewed. He watched the shorts over and over again.
Oh, did he?
That's
Right.
what he did. He's like, yeah.
All right, the next cigar was reviewed by Brooks.
Okay.
Okay, the cigar reviewed is a
90.
Davidoff Oscuro 10th Anniversary Limited Edition.
Okay.
That's all you get first.
Oh, you want us to?
Now you do your initial score.
I'm going 90.
Yeah, he's sticking with 90. Booty?
I'm gonna go. I mean, to Davidoff. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start at 87.
Okay.
All right, it's a Dominican Republic cigar.
Okay. Obviously.
Cigars were made in the Davidoff factory.
Right.
It's an Ecuadorian Habano
Oscuro.
wrapper. Binder is Brazil. Filler, Brazil and Dominican Republic.
Okay.
It's a 6x56.
Big.
It's round, and it sells for $37. A box of 12 is $444. Release date came out in 2025. You don't need to know October. And I guess 3 cigars is the rule.
This is a tough one. Habano. It's a Habano Oscuro, I would assume.
Did I say Oscuro? I think I just said Habano.
Well, the brand says it's an. What's it called?
I don't know. I got to back up.
I think it's called the Oscuro.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think.
I think it was too. All right.
So it's got to be.
That wasn't in the description.
Well, it was also a Dominican cigar.
So
with
it's
no
Habano.
Dominicans.
It's Dominican. It's got Brazilian binder, Brazilian fillers, but it's big. It's a 64 gauge. You said?
Yes.
Damn, that's big.
Big cigar.
No taste.
Big Davidoff cigar.
Okay. I'm gonna go 88.
So you were at 90, now you're down to 88?
Yeah, because of
Booty,
its size.
you were at 87?
I mean, all hints from Mikey mean Brooks like really scores these things pretty high.
Brooks has a well. You got to know the audience, right? So or the reviewers.
Yeah.
So Brooks has a tendency to be a little more favorable when it comes to flavor profiles. Charlie is very in depth and more scrutinous
Okay.
Yeah.
as far as his feelings on the ratings. The funny part is that both of them are normally right when they give a rating review. You just got to know the guy, right?
Right.
So if Charlie gives something an 88, it's probably a good cigar, right?
Right.
If Brooks gives something an 88, it may or may not be good.
Any idea how low they've ever scored anything?
Yeah. I was gonna ask.
I don't know the absolute lowest, but I just want to know something pelts in a 70. I instantly want to smoke it.
Because it's bad.
Yeah, I need to know exactly what that tastes like.
Right. All right, first hint. When squeezed, all 3 cigars are extremely spongy, but only my second cigar has a soft spot located just under the secondary band.
So it's underfilled.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 85.
I'm just reading the hints.
Okay. I'm going to go 87.
All right, clue number 2. There are 0 issues with construction as all 3 cigars feature great draws along with copious amounts of smoke, and I did not even have to glance at my lighter.
Of course, because they're underfilled, and it's a huge gauge. That makes sense.
I'm gonna stick.
You're sticking?
85. Yeah.
85,
I'm going to go 88.
88.
Oh,
Third and
moved
final
up.
clue. Flavor remains at full. The strength increases to a solid medium, and the body hits a point just under the medium mark.
Okay.
I'll go to 86.
I think 88's where it's gonna pelt.
86, 88.
Yep.
All right. The original Oscuro blend has never been one of my favorite Davidoff creations. Thankfully, the Davidoff Oscuro 10th Anniversary Limited Edition is a different cigar altogether. In fact, this is a cigar that I wish the original Oscuro was. It is more complex, more balanced, and more engaging with an interesting combination of lime on the finish and fruity sweetness on the retrohale. Then there's the construction, which was flawless on 2 of the 3 cigars and extremely good on the last one. If the blend had just a bit more inherent body and a tad more sweetness, it would really bump it into the stratosphere where even those minor quibbles, I can tell you these are ready to smoke now and would highly recommend that you try them if you can find them.
Boots?
Oh, I'm going to 90. Sounds like this guy's all in on these
You're
things.
going 90.
Yeah.
I can see how you would raise that there. That makes sense.
Yeah. Because his whole description was not great, but then all of a sudden it's like, you
Yeah.
got to buy these.
Yeah, I wish another cigar was just like this cigar. He said.
Right.
I'm going to stick with 88.
91.
Oh.
It's a 2-day for Booty.
Well, he was closer.
That was
closer.
such a crazy description though. Like
It was. These are so bad. These are bad, but they
Yeah.
taste great. Oh, I wish all of them were like this.
Yeah, that's a Brooks rating. I should
all
have known.
right, so now I know the two guys.
I should have known better.
Well, there's
more.
Could,
There's
yeah,
Patrick.
there could be another one too.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
try to find a Patrick one next week.
All right.
Okay.
All right, and the final story: a banana-flavored Asylum 13 split personality is shipping to stores.
Oh, banana.
A banana-flavored cigar.
Oh, really?
Today, CLE Cigar Company will begin shipping the Asylum 13 Split Personality, the company's newest flavored cigar for the Asylum brand. Split Personality is made to make you think of a banana split. The cigars are infused with banana flavors, and the company says it also has flavors of almond and caramel.
Oh,
Is made by the company in Honduras, though the blend is not disclosed. The Asylum 13 comes in 5 sizes: a 40 by 4,
small split.
a 5 by 50,
Kind of small split.
a 6 by 54,
Normal split.
a 6 by 60,
Oh, we're getting big, baby.
and then finally a 7 by 70.
Biggie size me.
Wow.
Well, the cigar is just shipping to stores today based on pre-orders. The company is bullish on the cigar's popularity.
Wow.
How are they sitting around going, you know what? Nobody makes a banana cigar.
Right.
They're trying to tap into that flavor profile that somebody would do it. Not only are they trying to do that, they made a 770 out
A
of
giant banana cigar.
I'm not gonna lie. I do want to smoke one banana split.
I want to smoke one too.
it. I would like to try one as well. I'm intrigued.
Who do we
I
get
don't-
CAO from?
Not the
Is that
770
law?
though. I don't
No,
want the
that's
770 in my life.
No, I don't want the big one. No. I just any of them.
Probably
I
the
just want to
smaller
try
one.
one.
I don't even know who our CLE rep is anymore. To be honest,
I don't either.
Is his name Mike?
no.
No.
Maybe Greg will know.
He was Placencia now.
Greg, we need 3 banana cigars.
Yes.
Not the big one.
So, all right. Well, does that conclude everything?
I have a listener of the week in the shop of the week, Michael.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Can't depend on you apparently because you don't bring them.
Okay.
Wow.
Listener of the week,
Bong.
Joe Pasquale from Rudy's. We wish him luck.
Oh,
Yes.
Pasquale.
Apparently, I saw the announcement on Facebook after you sent me the text message. He is. It sounds like he's still involved, but he's not the guy anymore. I was.
He's
a little
leaving
confused.
Rudy's. I believe he's becoming a rep.
Oh, General's hiring everybody right now.
I don't know. Apparently.
Nice.
All right, shop of the week.
Bong.
Rudy's Cigar Shop in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where apparently they need a manager.
Apparently they need a manager.
So if anybody would like to apply for the job, Joe's leaving next week.
Yep. All right, and we're gonna cover this on the Patreon,
We're gonna do the LFD 30th anniversary cigar.
and we're gonna talk some industry inside baseball stuff. Ooh, should be interesting. We appreciate everybody who supports. If you want to join our Patreon, go to patreon.com. Check out a Cigar Hustlers podcast.
All right, guys, thank you very much. We got to go.
Welcome to the Cigar Hustler Podcast, the show brought to you commercial free.
But a massive shout out to our amazing patrons on the Patreon.
Thanks to your unwavering support, we're able to do unfiltered, unbiased opinions. All things cigars, personalities in the cigar world.
Your backing makes it possible for us to keep it real.
Our listeners, cheers to you.
If you would like to become a Patreon member, go to www.patreon.com and search the Cigar Hustler Podcast. That one up.